Okay, do that. Welcome to the Southern Broadcast Racing Network. My name is Richard Hurst, and along with me is Jeremy Robbins. Jeremy, how you doing tonight? Sorry, my wife had me distracted.
Well, I'm doing pretty good. We're here at Richmond. We'll take the heat off of you a little bit.
Oh, Richmond's Raceway, one of my favorite tracks to run. Definitely, I have been watching this practice, and that backstretch right there out of turn number 2 has been giving people problems. And that transition into that little dip has been giving quite a few people a little bit of problems. So it's going to be interesting to see how many cautions are going to be tonight.
I'm gonna go with and say three.
3.
Three.
Okay. Okay.
We've
Okay.
seen these guys all season, and they've been pretty good on their cautions. They haven't really had too many to worry about.
Well, a little bit about tonight's race. Tonight is a throwback race, and we got quite a few throwback schemes out there, and a lot of ones that you haven't seen in a while. And looks like we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 12 or 13 out there tonight. And Charles Hugel is out there on the track, and he is in the 2008 Ken Schrader.
Yeah, I think Charles is about due time for a win. This might be the night for it. One that I do, well, he is out there. He said he may not make it, and that's Andrew Medlin. He's made it, so it's going to be interesting to see how he comes into the picture with easily dominating this season so far.
Well, so far, Curtis Ecker has made the first lap, and so far he has the pole, but let's see how long he can hold on to it with Travis Dart in second, and all these times are subject to change, but that's a pretty good run so far out of Curtis Ecker.
Yeah, and Coach Sheedy just changed everything up.
Did you just say Coach
No,
Shitty?
I didn't. I said Cole. Cole's got chopping up the time.
I believe it.
Shetty. That's gonna bite me back in the butt.
That so is.
I apologize, Cole. I was thinking to myself that view I had looked like. Anyways.
Well, looks like Travis Dart is complete. Chris Ditz has put in his lap, I do believe. So far, the pole is going to be 21.88 for now, but that is subject to change once everybody else gets their laps in. Trey Jackson out there on the track right now.
It looks like Trey's going to be setting up in about the 7th position, so that's a pretty good qualifying time with him.
Yep, Brandy Pierce in that number 38, and he has the 1997 Robbie Gordon Core Chevrolet paint scheme. Nice looking truck there. And you're not even showing that truck, so never mind.
Which one are we on? Oh, I was trying to get the microphone set up here.
Brandon Pierce, I was on him. He's already completed his lap, but you were on the 48, and that is going to be Sam Siegel. He is in the 2006 Jimmy Johnson's low Chevrolet. Nice looking truck there, too. Ryan Lynch running the 2002 Sterling Marlin Coolers Light Dodge paint scheme.
There's a whole lot of these throwbacks, are nostalgic and take you back in time. Well, I don't think Andrew Medlin was having the qualifying run he was really wanting.
Yeah, right now he's sitting in third, and if you switch over to him, he is actually running the 1990 Greg Sachs Slim Fast Chevrolet paint scheme.
That's somebody you don't hear much about anymore.
Greg Sachs? No, you definitely don't.
Cam, you won't go last or first.
Cameron Sarton in that number 24. He is running the 1997 Kenny Wallace Square D Chevrolet paint scheme. Brian Burchett is out on track right now. Cameron Sarton actually took over the third position.
And Brian's sitting there on the backstretch, so don't know what he's got going on.
Oh, I think he's done.
Well,
All right. Well, we have 185.
All right. Well, now over. We're going to see these guys
picks right
grid
now, lap
in and
60.
take their lap
Pin
around.
wheels
I
as
think that actually
always,
Richmond is 2 laps around before they take the green
wide,
flag.
and
Gives them enough time to get settled in and pull those belts tight. So, Jeremy, who's your pick going to be for the night? You had the 12 last week. Who
I'm
do you think
going
is
with
going to
Dylan Glass. I've been pulling for him on and off all season. When he's here, he's on point. So I'm going to still take that pick for Dylan.
Dylan Glass. All right. Well, we already got some Chris Essery fans out there. Dusty Dog said, let's go Chris Essery. Good luck, Philip. So Philip and Chris have somebody cheering them on in the chats. I'm going to... That one truck, he's showing some speed. I'm going to go with the crowd favorite out there. That's going to be Chris Essery.
Well, we're going to take it to a butt kicker ad real quick and then be back for the green flag drop.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
All right, and they are rolling. That pace car has got them pacing the track. All right. All right, tonight's lineup is going to be Chris Essery, Bill Dart in second, Cameron Sarton in third, Brian Burchett in fourth, Andrew Medlin in fifth, Chris Stitz in sixth, Brandy Pierce in seventh, Cole Shetty in eighth, Dylan Glass in ninth, Trey Jackson in 10th, Charles Hugel in 11th, Bill Dart in 12th, Sam Siegel in 13th, Ryan Lynch in 14th, Curtis Hecker in 15th, Philip Chavez in 16th, Douglas Hoop in 17th, Martin Perry in 18th, Douglas Pierce in 19th, and looks like Harris Gerwitz in 20th. 21st is going to be showing Nate Lynch, which has not gridded in on that number 25. So that's going to be tonight's lineup. And the pace car lights are out, so we are getting ready to go green there, Jeremy.
Yeah, boy, I'm going to tell you what, it's going to be 185 laps of stadium. Bumper banging, wall banging. At least 3 cautions.
All right, pace car lights are out. Now the leader has to wait for the green flag to wave before he can go. And there is the green flag, and they are off. And that 6 did not get a really good jump on the inside, so on the outside. So the inside line is going to prevail with the 1 in the lead and the 24 in tow. They're all going to drift up to the wall. Now they got to watch out for that transition. You're probably going to see some people getting loose coming out of turn 2 for that dip in the corner, but all is fair as of right now. They're going to make it 1 lap, and the 24 is already going to be challenging after the first green flag lap.
You talk about Cole right there, that 42. He's actually already making moves up to. He's up to the second position after that ninth place start. So.
Yeah, he is making some moves. He is up 2 positions from where he started, and Cameron Sarton has taken over the lead from Chris Esri. Chris Esri had the fastest time, but can he maintain those fast laps as Cameron Sarton did jump out real quick, after that first lap. So it's going to be all about tire maintenance here. What do you think, Jeremy? Tire maintenance, throttle control.
That's going to be the main point you're going to tires. They're going to start wearing out. The track's not too hot right now, so it's going towards later hours. It's not getting that hot, but the rubber's going to start flying down. So, I mean, you can see right now that there's some of them sliding up. The tires ain't got all the way warm. You've got the 7 right now. Bill, he's trying to put a run on the high side.
Yeah, Yeah, he definitely made that high side work. And the 2 is looking to find out who he is going to follow. Is he going to stay down in the low lane, or is he going to follow Bill Dart on that high lane? Right now, he just stays content behind the 30. Now he's going to try to make the move on the outside as they go through turn 1. But he does not have the momentum on that outside. But coming out of that turn, you do have a little bit more momentum.
Yeah, it's risky too, though, Richard, when you're coming out trying to hold that high side, especially if you're trying to pass somebody. You've got to watch to make sure they don't come up on you just enough to meet you, because you're already on that wall trying to get by them. You ain't got much room to spare.
Well, with the 2 being on the outside, the 19 is looking on the inside. He dives back behind the 2, but now he's looking on the inside again. Can he make the pass? Now, the 2 does have the momentum on the outside. It looks like he's going to fall behind the 2 and try to go along with the 2, but that 30 is fighting back, trying to keep that position that he has, and that's going to be for that 12th position.
Yeah, you can see right there what we were talking about passing the high side, how close Ryan Lynch is having to ride that wall. It's coming out of the exit. I mean, he's right there on it if he's trying to make a move, but it's too early right now. Just settle in, get the feel for the track, see what your truck tires, how you can do it, then stretch it out when you get closer towards the end, because we've got a lot of racing.
Ooh, Cameron is definitely giving Chris Esri a scare, because Cameron just blinked out for a few seconds and then popped back in. I don't think Chris knew where he was at, but these 2 leaders, they are trying to break away. They are now 1.2 seconds away from 3rd place of Travis Dart in that number 6. So they're trying to make some moves and break away from this pack, but hopefully Cameron does not have any internet issues. And also out there in the Twitch chat, got Dusty Dog saying Chris, Grandpa, and Grandma watching and hoping for a win tonight.
You know, that's something you always see, Richard, is the support the Chris Escher family gives him and the drivers in full send. I mean, the 7s, they're always out there constantly rooting on.
Well, he definitely deserves all that he can get, because he does do a good job. That's why he is my pick for the night, and he is given the 24, all he could take. He is waiting for him to make that mistake, but Cameron Sarton, he is very good at certain tracks, so it's going to definitely be a tough challenge on Chris Esri to get back around that number 24. Was like number 16 of Dylan Glass. Here is your pick. He is trying to work his way around Cole Shetty, and he is trying to take that position, but Cole Shetty is fighting back on that outside like there's no tomorrow, like it's the last lap, and this is for the 7th position. Dylan Glass had the position at this moment, but the 42 is fighting right back on that outside.
Yeah, it's one of those. If you're going to make it on that high side, you're going to have to make it work. And it's not the preferred line right now, as the tires are still fairly decent, but it is an optional line, but not the one I'd be running right now.
Well, they are side by side as they come into turn one. 16 has a little bit of advantage, and so the 42 is going to tuck in behind the 16, and he's going to try to get to that inside of the 16. He wasn't happy about losing that position, but he did lose it, and he's going to fight back for it. Chris Essery and Cameron Sarton has broken out to a 1.6 second lead now.
Yeah, they're starting to open up a gap between position 6 and 7. I mean, they're up to a second away from them, so that top 6 are starting to slowly pull away.
Well, looking back here a little further back, it looks like Brian Burchett, he is down 5 positions from where he started, but he is trying to work his way back up as he is trying to work his way around the 42, but 42 is just lost the battle to Dylan Glass, so he's not going to give up the position that he has in 8th very easily.
Yeah, it seems everybody's just kind of settled down right now, and just running a clean race. So that's always a good thing.
Trying to stay clean, save those tires. You're going to probably see most of these guys pulling strategy back here towards the back. Douglas Hoop, Sam Siegel, Philip Chavez, and Douglas Pierce, they may be hanging back, saving what they have, for when they need to go. But these two leaders, now they're up to 2.2 seconds, well, 2.6 seconds, 1.6 seconds right now as they come across the start-finish line. And Cameron Sarton, he's starting to put a little bit of distance between him and Chris Essery.
Yeah, but 4-car Brian, he's starting to close that gap on the 42. So he should be looking to make a pass in the next couple laps. But you got 31 to Trey Jackson. He's kind of brought himself into the picture, and he's bringing Bill Dart along with him.
Yeah, you could definitely put a blanket over all those drivers. And look at the 30. He is fighting on the inside of that 7. Very close, no contact though. But coming out of turn 2, they were door to door. You could have probably reached out and touched the side of that 30 truck.
You know, that's what we've been expecting. Right now, it's not disappointing one bit.
Yeah, you're definitely right about that. Definitely, they never disappoint. Every week they bring the big guns out and they run very clean races, very competitive races. That's why we love watching these guys. Andrew Medlin is right now under a little bit of heat from the 38 of Pierce, and it looks like Pierce might have a little bit better truck than the 12. So we might see a position change here very shortly.
And you know, Medlin's came up one spot, but he's not in that normal spot. You usually see him out front leading, so he said last week Richmond wasn't one of his strongest tracks, but he said that about a few other times as prevailed. So it's going to be interesting to see, you know, if he can actually stick to his word.
Well, it looks like Bill Dart is under fire again from the 30 of Charles Hugel. He is working every which way that truck will go, but he's not quite able to get to the back of Bill Dart. So he is not able to put enough pressure on to make Bill Dart make a mistake, but he is doing his darndest to get to that back bumper of that number 7 truck.
Yeah, Bill's actually putting out a pretty good showing too this race.
And the 42 to the 31 and the 4 are all battling for the same real estate, and it looks like the 7 got a little bit loose behind them, and the 42 is going to lose 2 positions, one to the 4 and one to the 31, and he's going to fight right back. He's going to go on the outside and follow the 4 on that outside line. He's not giving up very easily.
Trey Jackson's going to make some moves real quick, and the 42 may not be too forgiving over that.
Well, we got iRacing 13 out there saying Cameron's mom and dad are watching, and the 24 will rock tonight. Well, he is definitely out there rocking. He is looking to put his first victim one lap down, and that is going to be Douglas Pierce, which is showing in the 39, but it's showing the 30, the 60 on the side of this truck. So he is looking to go one lap down, and he's going to let the leader right on by. Cameron Sarton has now put his first victim one lap down. Chris Esri is going to try to make it by the 60, or the 39, should I say. And there he goes. He's looking to the inside. Chris Esri, can't talk. It's been a busy day. Chris Esri was able to make the pass. So we got one car, one lap down.
If you ask me, Doug Pierce is sitting in a pretty good spot because he's in that lucky dog right now.
Let's see. Martin Perry is right now going down the front stretch. So compared to our leaders, he looks like he has a pretty good ways until the leaders catch him. Oh, maybe not. Here he comes. He's looking at a second victim now. The 69 truck of Martin Perry is not looking like he has the best handling truck. He is fighting the track instead of... and so, yeah, he's going to be going one lap down here very shortly. So that will put him as the lucky dog if the leader catches him.
You want to talk about a little battle breaking out? That's going to be back there between 12 and 15. I mean, you've got them four. They're pretty close. Hector is trying to make a move outside of the two, but it's not going to have enough right now, I don't look like. So you may have to save it and set him up for a couple more laps. That 30 car, he is pushing it right now, looking to get to the inside of the 7 to Bill Dart. He takes it. Bill is avid.
Right now, if I was at 24, I would be kind of scared to pass the 69. He does not look like he has a handle on a truck. He was swerving left and right as he came out of turn 2, but the 24 did get by. So that turn 2 is giving him all kinds of trouble. It looks like the one may have scraped the wall coming out of turn 2. He is going to try to make his pass on that 69. There was a question in the Twitch, but I did not catch it. Can you?
What does the color mean on the car number?
Which one are we referring to?
It's from Dusty Dog. I think it might be on the 24 of Cameron Sarton. I'm not 100% sure, but that's just be my gander.
And there was another scary moment just a moment ago. Cameron actually disappeared for a good 5 seconds and reappeared. But Cameron has actually broken out to a 1.6 second lead over Chris Esri. And those two have put about... Chris Esri has put about 3 seconds on Bill Dart. Or Travis Dart, I'm sorry.
Okay, I'll tell you what, Richard, they're running it pretty clean. I mean, we're coming up on stage 1 or stage break, lap 60. So it's going to be a
Yellow.
Well,
Ooh,
shit. I called that one, didn't I?
Bill Dart has crashed.
Bill Dart is not going to be happy with me.
So it looks like he's coming into turn 3. The 2 on the inside. The 2, gets into the back of Bill Dart. He does, keep it off the walls, and that is very impressive to keep it out of the wall. He does have a little bit of left side damage, but I don't think that's going to hurt his truck any.
Yeah, that's what you're going to expect here at Richmond. A little bit of bumping. I don't think it looks too intentional.
Yeah, they were coming out.
They were flying. It looks like he's sending in just a little too hard.
Yeah, and I think that what that was a brake lockup, and you saw the truck kind of slide to the right just a little bit and come up the track. I do think he knew he got in there a little bit too hot and he locked up the brakes. So pit road is going to be very busy, and everybody's going to jump in, take their fresh tires, see how the tires are wearing out, and make adjustments to their driving compared to the way their tires are wearing. I know Chris Essery has a little bit of he can adapt to his driving skills depending on the way his tires are wearing, and you'll see that man go from the back to the front um, because he adapted to the way his truck is handling. Same way with Cameron Sarton. I've seen him go from the back to the front. So definitely going to be interesting to see what these guys do on pit road.
This whole race is going to be interesting to see when the flag, checkered flag drops on who's where. And not that many are pitting, it don't look like.
Well, it probably determines on how many sets of tires they have. If they only have 4 sets of tires, and that is including the ones they have on the truck, you do not want to change them out too quick. Because when it comes down to the end of late caution comes out, and you want to go in and pit, but you don't have any tires left to go, it's pretty much at the end of the race who has the tires and who doesn't. So
Yeah, the speed these guys are carrying, you don't want to be one of those ones without tires that spin them on the takeoff. Well, I was just fixing to crank it up, Richard, when we went caution, but I guess we're going to wait about another after the stage break before we do it this time around.
well, after all those pit stops have went through, it looks like Curtis Ecker has moved up 5 positions from where he started this race. He is up to the 10th position, so good job by him. Maintaining where he was at. Still got a clean truck, so that means that truck is handling pretty good for him. Trey Jackson riding in looks like the 7th position. Those guys were fighting it out. And it looks like we are about to get ready to go back green. Cameron Sarton does have control of the field. He is elected to take the inside line. So as soon as that pace car dives off, he is going to go whenever he feels like he is ready. And there he goes. Outside line, got a really good jump, and they are pretty much about a half a truck from each other.
Yeah,
But that low line.
I don't think Sarton got the jump he wanted on that. Essery stayed right there with him.
Well, as you said, also those older tires, you don't want to take a chance of spinning them. So they may have, been a little lenient on that restart. But as you can see, Cameron Sarton is starting to break away. So that means he still does have the better tires of these top trucks. Chris Essery trying to fight on that, trying to get some momentum on that low line as they come out of turn 2. He has a little bit of a run, and he is making up ground, but Cameron Sarton does have the better truck coming out of turn 4 as he will extend that gap right here. Coming through the front stretch, and he disappeared again.
We've got a pretty good battle going on back here between Douglas, Sam, and Brandy Pierce. As Douglas got left on the high side, lost a couple positions off that.
Cole Shetty is making his way back up through the field. As you can see, he just made a pass on the 14 of Douglas Hoop. He comes across the start-finish line. He is now sitting in at 13th. He is one of those ones that probably stopped in and took some tires, see how those tires are wearing, and see how he has to manage that truck. Looks like the 29 did get back on the lead lap, and he is trying to work his way up. So he was our lucky dog. So Bill Dart, Doug Pierce, and Nate Lynch, who did not join in, are the only ones one lap down.
Yeah, and you can see trucks are starting to get a little bit loose coming out of two. So those tires are really starting to play a role in how everything's going to play out. They've got 10 more laps for the state break. I'm pretty sure that everybody's going to pit on that one. See, the 42 of Cole, he's making a move inside of Sam, trying to make it stick, but just having a little bit of issues making it stay on that inside to get the run off and get the position from it.
Well, looks like that 38 wants a couple of positions before the stage break, and he is going to take it away from the 22 of Chris Stitz. He passed him like he was standing still as they are coming into turn 1 and 2. The 38 definitely has a little bit better truck than everybody else as he is working on the inside of the 12. So he's going to take over the position from Andrew Medlin. So he is now up to the 4th position, and he's got his sights set on Bill Dart.
Yeah, Pierce is moving up to the field pretty quick, so I'll be looking for him to be challenging. Well, right now he's making the challenge on Travis Gardner.
And Dart lets him by with ease. They're coming through the tri-oval past the start-finish line. Brandon Pierce is up to the 3rd position, and he's got his eyes set on Chris Essery, and he is closing that gap very quickly. And he is already on the bumper of that number 1 truck. So he was either saving or he went in the pits because he is all over that 1 truck like white on rice.
I actually had some chicken and rice today since you brought that up.
Chicken and rice is made with yellow rice.
No, any kind of rice.
Oh.
Put enough butter in it, all turns yellow.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
That's how we do it in the South.
And Brandon Pierce has taken over the 2nd position, and he is closing the gap to Cameron Sarton very quickly. He is now within a half a second, and it is falling fast. Now within 0.4 seconds, 0.3. He is closing the gap. Does Cameron have anything left in those tires to keep that 38 at bay? I don't believe he does, because he is almost to the back bumper. And we're going to have a new leader here within the next lap, unless that 24 blocks or something. But he doesn't. He lets the 38 right on by.
Yeah, Pierce pitting on lap 41 during that caution actually came in pretty handy. If he can hold Cameron off, he's going to get that stage win.
Now, he may get the stage win, but he's going to have older tires. He's going to have, what, about 11 lap older tires? Or no, he came in at 41, so the stage break is at 60. So he's going to have 19 lap old tires at the end of the stage. Everybody else is going to dive in for those new tires. So could play out for him, but could hurt him in the long run.
Yeah, and he may go in with them too. And that's going to put him right back in a good position. But like you said, it could bite him in the butt severely towards the latter part of that race. He's already went through most of the tires, and they got one comes out with about 10 to go. Everybody's going to be going to pit to put the fresh tires on if they've got them. And if you ain't got them, you're just going to not take advantage of it, I reckon.
Yeah, he has broken out to a 1.3 second lead, and this is where you don't want to see the caution come out. So even though it is a stage break, he's got so much of a lead, you really wouldn't want to see that because you can really make some ground up on these guys. But Chris Essery, he is now 3.3 seconds back from the leader. So Cameron Sarton is extending his gap, and Brandon Pierce is extending his gap from Cameron Sarton, and we shouldn't be seeing that yellow flag fly on this lap. There it is. So the stage break is out. So Brandy Pierce is going to be your stage winner with Cameron Sarton in second, Chris Essery in third, Travis Dart in fourth, Andrew Medlin not having a good day, but not the best day that he wants to have in fifth, Dylan Glass in sixth, Chris Stitz in seventh, Trey Jackson in eighth, Brian Burchett came in at ninth. Charles Hugel up 2 positions from where he started in number 30 is sitting in the 10th. Curtis Ecker up 4 positions from where he started, and he is sitting in 11th. Cole Shetty is in 12th. Ryan Lynch in 13th. 14th is going to be Sam Siegel, and 15th is going to be Douglas Hooper.
I think it's going to be pretty good. I mean, we had no cautions. Well, we had one. So, we got a pileup coming into pit, and that's going to involve 3 of them. I don't know what happened on that one.
First indicator I got was Harris.
I was actually looking into pit lane. It looks like Harris went to fake or changed his mind, locked him up, missing his pit. And that was not good for anybody.
Oh, Chavez got involved.
It had Pierce involved, Chavez.
Oh, Chavez hit the inside wall again.
It looks like the 29 went to pit, missed it, locked him up, slid. The 101 had nowhere to go. And then that was just kind of a chain effect. The 60, he had nowhere to go and T-boned right into the side of Chavez. So I'm pretty sure that's going to be coming up at the next drivers meeting. But wow, just happened to be on it.
So as of right now, after all the pit stops and everything, we do have a new leader, and that is going to be Douglas Hoop. Now he took tires at the last caution, so he has older tires than everybody else. A lot of these guys sitting up front have older tires than everybody else. So you got Douglas Hooper up 16 spots, leading this pack. And we got Martin Perry in that number 69. He is going to be in the second position now. And Brandy Pierce sitting right behind him in third. So he probably did go in and top off, and these two guys stayed out.
I'm going to tell you, Richard, I've got these points up right now, and it's going to be anybody's game for that. I mean, you've got plenty trying to work into it.
Well, they don't have a lot of time left, so they're trying to get everything they got. They got 2 races left until the playoffs, so they're trying to do everything they can to get locked in if they're not locked in already. So we might see a little bit harder driving, these next 2 races. And it can be anybody's race.
You've got Bill, Dylan, Charles, Sam, Philip, Doug, John, and Curtis back to 20, with Patrick, Lyle, Harris, and Martin to 24. I mean, anybody can win it and be locked in and knock one of these 5 that's setting from 8 to 12 out of the playoff picture.
Yeah, that is very true. Between this race and next week, so Douglas Hoop elected to stay out and lead a lap, and now he is going in and he is going to leave Martin Perry out. So Douglas Hoop dives into the pits, and Martin Perry does have control of the restart, and there he goes. He got a pretty good restart on that outside, and it looks like he's going to let the 38 right on by, because oh my goodness, the outside line did have to check up just a little bit. It looks like the 6 and the 22 may have had contact, but that 69 truck is not in the best place. He has had handling problems, and there is the yellow flag already. And it looks like Brian Burchett and Chris Stitz showing. Trying to find. Yeah, everybody's breaking point. The 4 got loose, and Chris Stitz had nowhere to go. The 4 was coming down the track. Nobody else was involved in that. You know, pretty good driving by these guys. And then, yeah, I see the 22 round also. Oh, so Curtis actually got into the 4.
That was a mad chain reaction, is what that boiled down to.
And then the 22, I don't know what exactly happened to him. He was spinning also. It looks like the 22, the other incident, he got loose coming out of turn 4, just spun his truck around, kept it out of the wall, so no damage to his DuPont Chevrolet. So that was pretty good save there. Well, Chris Essery is still sitting in second place. He is trying to track down Brandy Pierce, which is our current leader.
This has got to be an exhausting track to race. I mean, it's.
Oh, iRacing 13 says 24 had the old Bobby Hamilton paint scheme, old school.
That's what they meant with the numbers being up.
What's that now?
I said that must have been what they was asking about the number.
Oh. All right, third caution of the night, lap 72 of 175, still over 100 laps, still anybody's race. They are getting double file and getting ready to go back green as the pace car lights are off. So next time by will be green flag racing. Can Brandy Pierce hold off Chris Essery? And look at that number 12. That number 12 has moved up to the third position. He's been silent, but we know his truck is deadly at certain tracks. Is it deadly here tonight? And will the 69 stack up that outside line? He did not have the best restart on the restart before the caution. So what will happen? Will Cameron Sarton have any problems getting around him? Stay tuned to find out. And the 38 takes a really big jump coming right out of the corner. And Martin, his truck is a lot slower being on those older tires, so he is going to stack up that outside line, and they are going to go they look like they were about to go 3 wide going into turn 1 and 2. Cameron Sarton trying to get around. He has to go behind Travis Dart just to get around the 69. The 69 is holding his own on those older tires, but he is losing ground fast. Oh, the 30 gets into the 31. And the yellow flag is going to come out again. Oh my goodness, that is a big pileup. 31 got clipped by the 2. Could have been a little bit of net code in that. I'm not exactly sure. I'm gonna have to find the 2 to find out what exactly happened.
It looked like they went 3 wide, and Trey Jackson was just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
So Trey was trying to work his way around that 69 truck. The 69 was very loose. The 30 on the inside of Trey Jackson, Trey comes down just a little bit. 30 is coming up, and that does look like a little bit of net code right there. Probably nothing that the 30 done wrong. Two gets into the 2, gets into the 7, 4, 48, and maybe the 22. I think he does get slowed down. Maybe, yeah, he cuts it through the grass to avoid any contact. So good job by him staying out of it.
Bill
Chavez.
Dart completely ate the side of the 2.
Yeah, so there's going to be now. Good thing about this is you don't need a complete truck to be a fast truck to win this race because it is short track, so not a lot of draft dependent. So you don't need a lot of those aerodynamics. Now it could change the handling of your truck, but you can still make it with no front end.
Yeah, open mod.
Ooh, I bet Curtis is cussing, and I don't hear him cuss a lot.
Well, it's like that old saying goes. I don't know if Richmond falls on it, but a little bit of short track racing. Looks like there's nobody going to opt to pit this time around.
Nope, not a soul. Must not have had too much damage.
Well, they may not have really got up to full speed coming out. I mean, it was only a couple laps in.
Well, it looks like the 48, the 4, the 19, and the 2 are coming in as of right now. So we do have a little bit of activity on pit road.
Yeah, that was your bunch right there that got caught up in it. So I think pit road may have just now opened up for them. But what about Brandy Pierce? I mean, he's been showing out.
Brandon Pierce, yeah, he has definitely been showing out, and he is running that 1997 Robbie Gordon Coors Chevrolet paint scheme. And that's a nice looking truck, and he's definitely showing it off tonight. He definitely has this track. This must be one of his favorite tracks, or he's just trying to get it done fast. I don't know which one it is, but out there leading, not bad at all. Still has Chris Essery right in that second position, so Chris Essery is not going anywhere very fast. You got Andrew Medlin in that third position. He says this is not his favorite track, or he doesn't run it a lot, but he's sitting right there in third. And it looks like we are about to get ready to go back green.
Yeah, we're going to settle that drone out there for a little bit, let him get a little action of that restart.
All right, Brandon Pierce takes it right out of turn 4, and he had the jump on Chris Essery. And the 12 and the 16 are going to have this battle it out side by side for that third position as they come into turn 1 and 2. It's the 38 that is in command. The 12 and the 16 are still battling side by side, and the 1 is going to be all over the bumper of that 38 Ford F-150 as they come out of turn 2 or 3 and 4. You got the 12 that made it around the 16, but the 16 is going to fight right back on the inside. He wanted that third position, and he's not going to give it up very easily. 38 and 1 still trying to work their differences out, and you got a little bit of a battle back here between the 42 and the 69. There's Trail trying to get around that 69 that is on older tires, and he's going to come down on the 30 just a little bit, pinch him down to the apron.
We've got Dylan loose in the grass, straight into the wall.
No caution out just yet. We got the 60 and the 69 almost touching as they're coming out of turn 2. In the 69, it looks like he rubbed the wall just a little bit, and that's going to allow the 4 Brian Burchett to try to get around him, but the 69 is not going anywhere very fast, or he's not going back to that back. Back up to the front, or back up towards the front. We still have the 38 in command of this lead, and Chris Essery is still trying to work his way back up to the bumper. He's only about 2.6 seconds, or excuse me, 0.26 seconds back from the 38, but just can't find the speed to get around that 38. Andrew Medlin, go ahead.
They have ran a few good green laps, so let's crank it up for everybody out there.
All right, that gives me a minute to go hydrate.
Looks like Chavez is getting just a little bit loose on his entrance. So he's starting to have to fight that truck a little bit. Back towards the back, he's trying to let him move the inside of the two. Two is just going to let him have it. As you got him debating on going 3 wide, and Chavez looks like he may be rolling the dice on this one.
Oh, the 69 got a piece of Bill Dart. He got that right quarter panel just a little bit, but they kept it straight and they were able to make it around the 69. The 69 has been they had a little bit of contact with Martin Perry. He gets a little bit out of shape, and he's going to lose a lot of ground.
Yeah, once you get into a rhythm and you're running it and you get bumped and shakes you up a little bit, you think you should about a lap or two to get back in that rhythm.
Yeah, he lost. Now he's back here with Curtis Ecker. He is following all the way from the front, and he is the last car on the lead lap. Curtis Ecker, the second, running in 16th. He has not had the best night. He is running that Wrangler Chevrolet, and that is a 1985 Dale Earnhardt Wrangler Chevrolet. But this is a hornet's nest between the Ford, the 101, and everybody there. 3 wide as they go into turn 1 and 2. Or excuse me, that was 3 or 4. They are still looking to make it 3 wide. You got the 2 on the inside of the 4 trying to make the pass. You got Philip Chavez on the back bumper of the 4, and then you got the 39. He is in the mix in his 60 truck, and he gets a little bit loose as they come out of turn 4. But they do keep it straight and make it around, and Philip Chavez is the next one to try to make it around it.
The 60 truck, he's making it interesting.
Philip Chavez dives it in there. It almost looks like he was sideways on the brakes. Curtis Ecker making it around that 60.
60 had a nice little chat.
So from Sam Siegel all the way back to Martin Perry, they are just battling it out. They were battling it out, made a little bit of contact, no harm, no foul. They still keep it straight. So good driving by these guys. Very exciting back there. But back up towards the front, we have a new leader, and that is going to be Chris Essery. Brandon Pierce has lost 2 positions, so Chris Essery is your new leader, and he is trying to break away from Cameron Sarton. We know Cameron Sarton has a fast truck. Right now, he is about 0.8 seconds back from Chris Essery, and he is trying to close that gap. We know he has a good long-run truck, but with Cameron being in that, or with Chris being in that clean air, will Cameron be able to track him down? The gap is widening as of right now, but that could change at any moment as this track changes throughout the night. So for all you Chris Essery fans, he is leading the race.
And it looks like my pick may have turned it in. He may have had issues the way he went straight into the wall. But it is registering him done for the night.
I hate to see that. Probably had to tow it. And a lot of these guys leave their fast repair unchecked. Now, to my knowledge, he did not use his fast repair in anything else. So he may have had that unchecked. And as soon as it takes you into the pits, you're pretty much got to fix it the old way. And you can't just check it and get your truck fixed.
We talked pretty much both the way back. I mean, there's a good 3-second gap between Travis Dart and 42 of Cole. So,
well, Cole Shetty not having a bad day. He is up 3 positions from where he started, riding around in 6th. Still have 85 laps to go in this race, so anything can happen as the 22 is working on that number 42. So that may be a position change, but still, like I said, not a bad night for this 42 Red Dog truck.
no, nothing
As
at all.
the 22 is working. Now, the one of Chris Essery, he is losing a little bit of ground to that 24. Now, this could be a little bit of a strategy. You have to save your tires. He knows he had a little bit of a breakaway, so maybe he is now just taking it easy and riding it out. The times are fluctuating, so the gap is bigger at certain points of the track, and then it closes at certain points of the track. So he could be saving in some places because you need all the tires you can get. Brandon Pierce not having too bad of a night. He is up 4 positions from where he started, leading the race earlier, back 1.3 seconds from the leader.
Got Grandma out there cheering on Chris Essery.
Well, he is making it happen as of right now with only 80 laps to go. It's still anybody's race, but that is my pick also for the night. I went with the Essery clan. Bandwagon, there we go.
Bandwagon. I guess next thing you're going to be is become a Celtics fan, ain't you?
No. I had to think of who the Celtics were. I don't watch basketball. Well, Andrew Medellin is riding around in the 4th position. He made it around Travis Dart earlier on, but these 2 Toyotas are running in the top 5. You have the 12 and the 6. Running in the top 5, the only 2 Toyotas in the top 5. Actually, the only 2 Toyotas in the whole race. But they are trying to make something happen here. Andrew Medellin said this was not his best track or not his favorite track, but he is not doing too shabby. Travis Dart having a pretty good night himself up in the top 5. He is down 3 positions from where he started, but like I said, there is always strategy in the back of these guys' minds. If they run long green flag laps, when do you go hard? When do you not go as hard to save those tires? So if he is saving anything before the end of the race, we may see him move up. If he is burning all up, we may see him go back. Just very hard, too early to tell as of right now. Chris Esri about to work on some lap traffic, and that is going to be the 19 of Curtis Eckert. Curtis Eckert is running around in that 15th position, so he is going to go be the first car one lap down. Next is going to be Philip Chavez as Chavez goes through 1 and 2. Chris Esri is now going through 1 and 2, so it's just a matter of time before they catch Philip Chavez. That 24 has closed the gap just a little bit. Maybe lap traffic has something to do with that as they go into, what is that, 3 and 4? Yes, 3 and 4.
Yeah, Ecker stayed up high and let the leader get by, so I think Sarton may just be closing the gap on him.
Well, Philip Chavez has a little bit before the leaders catch him, so he is going through 2 now, exiting on the backstretch, and Esri is now just coming into 1 and 2, now exiting, so they have a little bit before they are caught. So these two might get to battling and give Philip Chavez a break for at least a few laps as they will get their stuff settled. But Brandy Pierce losing a lot of ground to the leaders. He is 1.6 seconds back from second place.
Yeah, him and Esri, they're coming into 3 and 4 right now. They've got a pretty good lead on Pierce and Medlin. So we're going to see these two start battling it out as laps are starting to slowly wind down. That tire wear has got to be an issue eventually for these guys up front.
Oh. Did I flake out for a few minutes?
No, you're still here with me.
Everybody just blinked out. I don't know if that was me or what happened. So that was kind of crazy. But yeah, you're right. As these two get to battling out, that's really what Brandy Pierce wants to see. Brandy Pierce wants to see these guys battle it out. He is about 1.5 seconds back from second place. So he wants to see these guys go at it side by side. He wants to see them wear out their tires and, him be able to catch up and pass these guys, because it looks like he's being a little bit conservative with his truck. I mean, he's going hard on the front stretch and back stretch. He's letting off early, coasting through the turns, just letting it float around the turn, and then he'll get back into the gas. So he's saving what he has, and he's making up a little bit of ground here and there as he's saving. And I see the 24. Oh, yeah, he just disappeared from the eyes of Brandy Pierce. So he might have a little bit of connection issue, and probably me also, because everybody blinked out a minute ago.
You got them starting to take green flag pit stops. You got Ryan and Chavez both doing pits. We're starting to see a pretty good battle start between the 30 and the 42. With the 19 and the 16.
Yeah, riding around with Curtis Eckert, he is really putting a lot of wheel into that truck. So that truck is not turning like he wants it to. He is pretty much at a 90-degree angle, turning that truck, and he may have just rode too hard, or his alignment could be off trying to get that truck to turn from that damage. But, still 13th. He's not running too bad.
Got cold, and they've and Charles Hugel and Chris Stitz, they're all piled up right there. So They're fighting for position and fighting.
Oh.
Yellow.
The 4 or somebody got loose right there, and I did not catch who that was.
The 4 of Brian Burchett.
Yeah, he went right around. These guys were fighting it out, and I was on them, and I saw his truck just go right around. So he snapped loose.
And he got into the 60 on that, so that was about the only casualty of it was the 60 and the 4.
No, there's no contact. I think he may have locked them up. Oh yeah. Yeah, there's the 60. I see that now. I think he went in there a little bit too hot, got on the brakes, and the acid in that truck just came right around. So we are going to see green flag pit stops. Pit road is going to be very busy. You got the 1, the 24, the 38, the 12, the 30. You know, great job out of 30. You know, he is running in the top 5 along with the 42. So great job by these guys, keeping their trucks semi-clean.
Yeah, if you can finish one of these short tracks like Richmond or Darlington with your truck still intact, that's great. If you can do it spotless, that's a mission.
That was a battle off of pit road. I don't know if you caught that, but they were side by side, and Essery barely made it out. The 19 looks like he got his wave around. He was the first car 1 lap down, I believe.
And I'm not for sure if they're going to get him. He did hit that green cone.
That battle was very, very close.
Yeah, that was...
All right, so quite a few trucks are going to take the wave around here, and it looks like that's going to be the 69, the 6, and the 101.
That 101, he's not had one of his best nights tonight. It seems like every caution he's found his way to be in the middle of it.
Now, Cameron Sarton, his strategy was to go almost to the green flag before he took the start. The 38, right out of turn 4, he took the start. Now, let's see what the 1 does on his restart. Is he going to be in between? Now, he's going to be unpredictable at his restart. So let's see where he takes off. With only, 60 laps to go, this race is winding down quickly. 5th caution of the night, still not too bad.
Not at all.
Curtis Becker back on the lead lap. He is back here in 11th position. He got a little bit of damage fixed. Truck is still a little bit scratched, but he can still make it. They are double file. Pace car lights are off, and we're about ready to go back green.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting to see who's going to get the jump on this restart, because both these guys have been quick on it.
You got that drone doing 90 miles an hour yet?
Yeah, he's getting up to speed.
All right, coming into turn 3, about to come out of turn 4, getting pace car diving off, getting ready to take the green flag. 24 and 1 on the front row, and there he goes. He took it right out of turn 4, and he got a heck of a jump on that 24, and the 24 is going to be under fire by the 38. 38 has shown some speed early on, and we're going to see how much speed he really has, see if he can get around that 24, because that 24 is fast too. But look at Andrew Medlin. He's going to fight back on the outside and take away that 3rd position as they go through 1 and 2. The 12 on the outside, 38 on the inside. Who is going to make it? Oh, I'm sorry, that's turn number 4. Damn it. Where's my map? There it is.
Yeah, you got a nice battle going between Andrew Brandon, and Chris Stitz.
Yeah, that 22 wants a piece of the
Yellow,
action
yellow,
too. Oh, and the yellow is out. I don't have an indicator for what exactly happened, so we're gonna have to go back a little ways.
Yeah, I'm seeing no indication of anything on that one, so
Yeah, I don't know exactly what happened there. Oh, I see it now. And let me find the truck. That is gonna be
we've got two in pit road. It looks like a four.
that is gonna be the 19 and the 48 that got together. Curtis Edgar and the 48 of Sam Siegel. They got together, got into the outside wall.
A risky place to pass.
Trying to exactly see what exactly happened. It looks like Curtis Ecker may have slid up the track just a little bit. Yeah, his truck just slides up the track. 48 right there, no place to go, and it just sucks his truck in to the 48, and they both take a ride to the wall.
I'll tell you who was appreciative of that one, and that was Chris Esther, because Cameron was getting on him real quick. So that's gonna give him a chance to get another restart, maybe do things a little bit different this time.
Well, the 48 and the 19 are now coming out after their repairs. Looks like they're going to be a lap down. Well, the good thing about Chris Essery is he has control of the restart. He's not gonna be what's the word I'm looking for? Predictable. So he went right out of turn 4 like the 38 did. Now let's see where he goes on this restart as they are double file. They're getting ready to get double file. So he wants to keep Cameron on his toes.
Yeah, that's the only way you can really beat him. You got to catch him off guard.
Yeah, he definitely used that fast repair, and there he goes. He's right down to turn 4 again. So, he definitely kept him on his toes, but it was a little bit predictable on when he was going to go. Now the 24 has the 38 right on his inside. So, but that highline has been very fast early on. So the 24 was able to overtake the 38 and with the 38 and possibly put a gap. Andrew Medlin has lost 2 positions because 22 got by him on the bottom side as they come through the back stretch. Andrew Medlin is going to fight back as they go into turn 3 and 4, and he's going to try to take that position back away from the 22 of Chris Stitz, but he could not get the momentum. And what the hell is going on with my shit?
42 right there up on the very end of Craig Jackson. Is trying to work his way into the picture. He does not know which side he's going to take, but they are staying side by side for the past 2 laps. He's looking to behind Trey Jackson, but not keep the momentum. So Trey Jackson's power hard on the receiving end of this battle as he is stuck on the inside with nowhere to go.
Yeah, it's only a matter of time before that 42 runs out of patience, as they only have 45 laps to go. These laps can wind down quick, fast, and in a hurry. And, you know, at what point do you do the bump and run if these guys are holding you up?
ASAP. Go ahead and get it over with.
Get them mad early. Actually, as close as they are running together, they might do their own little bump and run as the 30 gets a little bit loose and gets a little bit out of shape. The 42 was looking to take it 3 wide, but he decided not to, and he goes back behind the 31 as they come into turn number 4, coming down the front tri-oval. Across the start-finish line, they do get it straightened out, and now they are nose to tail, but the 42 is going to look to the inside, but Trey Jackson closes the door.
Trey Jackson's trying to get that position as much as possible.
Travis Dart back there in 10th spot, watching this stuff happen and just waiting for him to make an oops so he can pass right on by him and hopefully not get collected, because that 42 is right on the back bumper of that 31. Now, if I am that 31, I think I would let this 42 right on by, because you can only block for so long before it gets catastrophic. I love Trey Jackson, but I love watching him race. But there he goes. He's going to open the door and let the 42 try to get on by, but he could not hold on to the momentum. And Travis Dart is going to try to dive it in there. But the 42 closed the door on him. So
doors.
Yeah. The one of Chris Essery and Cameron Sarton, 24, they are going at it pretty hot and heavy. They have broken out to about a 0.75 second lead over Brandy Pierce. Like I said, Brandy Pierce did see the long run earlier, and it looks like he just backed his truck off, so he's not running as hard as he was earlier.
Yeah, most of these guys, they've started to settle down a little bit. I mean, you're still seeing a little bit of a battle back here between Travis Dart and Ryan Lynch. That's about the closest, only battle we've really got going on the track right now.
Yeah, I was looking for something pretty exciting also, and I don't really see anything. And looking at our track map, nobody is really in jeopardy as of right now to go a lap down. Cameron Sarton giving the one everything he's got, trying to get that position back. He definitely has a run off of turn 2 coming into 3 and 4. he lost a little bit of ground, but he is going to make it up coming out of the exit. Now, it looks like the 1 does not have the off exit that he wants, and that's going to allow the 24 to get right back up to the back bumper of that number 1. And that's what Brandy Pierce wants to see. Oh, and the caution is out, and it looks like Martin Perry and Bill Dart have gotten together.
Trey Jackson.
And Trey Jackson.
And Esri was grateful for that because right when that caution came out, Esri broke a little bit sideways and scraped the wall. So that was a blessing in disguise for him.
So it looks like the 30 got a little bit of that damage to the 7 caught the left rear quarter panel and got them both turning around. Looks like the 2 caught a little bit of damage too. Not what he wanted to see. All right, pit road is gonna definitely be busy, and look at the 38. The 38 decided to stay out. Now he is gonna have control of the restarts, but these guys behind him are gonna have new tires. So very interesting strategy as the 7 stays out and the 48 stays out. Curtis Ecker stays out. So you got 4 guys on older tires. How do you think this is going to play out?
I wouldn't be banking on another caution. Not yet. I mean, the possibility's there. But these guys have been doing pretty clean. And this honestly has been the most cautions they've had in a race this whole season.
It looks like Bill Dart is going to go in now. And so that's going to leave Brandy Pierce, Sam Siegel in that number 48, and Curtis Ecker in the 19 that stayed out. Very interesting strategy, but they could be banking on another caution, and they may have another set, or they may have no more tires left. So that may be the reason why they stayed out. They got enough fuel, but no more tires, so they're going to just take what they can get as of right now. So Chris Esri is starting in the 5th position. He is going to be the first car with fresh tires. Cole Shetty, he is up to the 6th position, so he's going to be starting on the outside of Chris Esri. So we'll see what happens here. He may have taken a 2-tire stop.
We're going to jump on and ride with Chris Esri on this restart just to see how these 4 up front plays it out.
I think we're going to see some 4 wide right here. They are on older tires. We're probably going to see, Curtis doesn't have the fastest truck. It doesn't have the slowest truck, but it doesn't have the fastest truck. So we're going to see how this plays out as we are going to get ready to go back green this lap. 48, he's been struggling to try to keep his truck up there, so it's going to probably check up a lot of these guys, and they got to be careful not to spin the tires on the restarts.
I actually changed it up. We're actually going to ride on the front with Andrew Medley. Got 4 in front of him that's on old, and then you got 4 that's on fresh.
All right, and we are about to go green. Brandon Pierce has control over it, and right out of 4 he goes again. The 19 got a pretty good start, but that 1 truck is looking mighty hungry for that lead back, and he doesn't want to let Brandon Pierce out of his sight because Brandon Pierce does have a fast truck on new tires, old tires. It don't matter. He still has a fast truck. 19 doing a pretty good job on that inside, and the caution is already out again. and that is going to be the 30 of Charles Hugel. Looks like he brought the caution out. Let's find out what exactly happened to him.
Looks like Sean was involved in that one.
Yeah, the 30 was coming around turn 2, and just his truck just broke loose. You had the 2 right there. You had Philip Chavez get into the 2 because the 2 is checking up. So you had a 3-car pileup back there. So not what you wanted to see.
2 cautions, or 1 caution, 2 separate wrecks. One involving Travis Dart, Brian Burchett, and Cole Shetty. The
All
other
right.
one involving Charles Hugel, Philip Chavez, and Brian Lynch.
So you got a 38 that still stayed out, and you have Sam Siegel that stayed out in his 48 Lowe's Chevrolet. You got Curtis Egger that stayed out in the 19. He is sitting in the 3rd position. And then you have the 1 of Chris Essery. He is sitting in the 4th position on the outside of the 19. He's going to want that bottom lane, or he's going to try to make the pass on the outside of the 48. So let's see how this restart plays out. So far, the 38 has been consistent at his restart. So hopefully these guys are paying attention and they can be on their game to give that 38 a run for his money. But they may be running out of time before they can catch him.
Yeah, especially if the laps keep counting like this right here. If they don't have a green flag run, it's going to be a Hail Mary.
All right, so if we have another caution, we're going to bring up the current leader. If we see another caution fly. Pace car lights are still on. Dusty Dog out there saying, "Go, Chris, go." So that's going to put the 24 on the inside. Now, the 1 has a slower car to his inside. He's got a slower car in front of him. The 24 has a slower car on his inside, or in front of him, and so they both have some work to do before they can catch that 38. It's going to definitely be interesting as we are getting ready to go green. Pace car is off, and we are about to go back green flag racing. Curtis Eckert trying to anticipate when he's going to go, but Brandy Pierce did make it a little bit interesting on that, and that 24 is trying to get around Curtis Eckert, and the 48 on the outside, Curtis Eckert on the inside. They are fighting for the 2nd and 3rd position, and these guys with fresher tires are trying to get around them as best as they can. This is not what you want to see, is two cars with older tires in front of you, because that can cause chaos in the back, as Cameron Sarton got a little bit sideways, so he is going to lose a little bit of momentum, and they are still side by side as they go into turn 2. Cameron Sarton still stuck behind the 19, the 1 still, Curtis Eckert out of shape just a little bit. He's going to open up that inside. Cameron Sarton, 48.
Yellow flag is out.
The 48 is around.
And that's what happens when you've got old tires versus new tires. And looks like Doug Pierce was the one that paid the ultimate sacrifice as his truck is smoking.
Oh, the 12 got involved in that. The 4 got involved in that. 4 took a hard hit on those safety barrels right there at the entrance of pit road.
Well, it kind of started when Ecker got a little bit loose. Like then Escher just got up into the 48, and that just sent it on down. 48, 12. Like you said, yeah, the 4 just got a good refreshment of water.
Hope he was thirsty.
He thirsty.
All right, 21 to go, and we still have that 38 of Brandy Pierce out front. And while we're under caution, let's see if we can track him down and see how he's feeling. Cold dead fingers. All right. Mr. Brandon Pierce, this is Richard and Jeremy up in the booth. You got a copy?
I do.
Man, you're out there leading. You got the 1 and the 24. Now they don't have that buffer of older tires in between y'all. You got anything for those two?
I highly doubt it. You saw what happened when I pit there in the first stage and used my tires. I was able to drive by people with ease, so I don't imagine I'll be up front for long, but strategy worked. I mean, I got the stage win, I got the playoff points, what I was going for, and we'll just see where we end up here.
Well, you're definitely making it happen. Hopefully they can keep wrecking behind you and you can keep control of the restarts. But you're doing a great job, man.
All right, man. I appreciate that, and that'd be the goal. Try to get good jumps and see what we can hang on to.
All right. Well, we'll let you get back down there and get ready for this restart. Good
All right,
luck,
thank
man.
you.
All right. Let's see if we can talk to Mr. Chris Essery real quick. Pace car light still on? All right. Let's pull him up from Average Joe. Mr. Chris Essery, this is Richard and Jeremy up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you guys.
Well, those fresh tires are definitely making it happen. You had a little bit of contact with the 48 because he was on older tires and you were a lot faster. But you got a 38 to deal with. What you got for him? Got anything?
He's on 44 lap tires. I'm more concerned with Sarton behind me.
Yeah, Sarton has definitely been running you down a little by little, but you're able to keep him at bay, and y'all been able to break away from the rest of the field. But great job, leading a lot of laps tonight, and you were my pick. So, and you got Grandma and Grandpa out there watching. So, we wish you luck.
All right, thank you. Truck feels good, so I might be able to pull it out.
Well, we hope to talk to you in Victory Lane.
Yes, sir.
All right, I bet he has the truck to win, but he definitely got to keep Chris Essery or Cameron Sarton at bay, which is starting right behind him. And you have older tires of the 19 in the mix, and he is right around in third. So this could be a pretty good strategy for the 19, especially, being able to cool off those tires. But you got a lot of hungry drivers behind him. They are going to try to anticipate the restart. They did pretty good, but the 1 and the 24 are going to blow right on by the 19, but the 19 is going to fight right back on the inside, coming into turn 1 and exiting turn 2. The 22 going to have the run on the outside. He's going to make the pass on the 19. 19 is going to try to stick right there with him. And Brandon Pierce has got a mirror full of the 1 truck. He is going to try to shut the door on him, but the 1 is right there. And, if this thing has another caution, Brandon Pierce does have another set of tires in the pits. So that is probably the best strategy as of right now, but we have to see how this plays out. As of right now, he's got those two, the 24 and the 1 battling it out side by side, and that's what he wants to see. They're going to wear their stuff out, maybe equalize their tires to his. 24 looking on the outside as they come down the backstretch. 38 still has the inside line, which is a preferred line. And the one has...
Yeah, 38
that was
Pierce, Richard. He had his hands full.
Yeah, I was at a loss for words like that because they were so bunched up.
Yeah, you got, it's hard enough holding Sarton off. Then you put Esri and Sarton. You don't know which. You might as well just turn your truck sideways if you're gonna block both.
Oh, here comes the 24 on the inside, going down to turn 1. Now he has the 22 to deal with.
And I think Pierce's tires are about shot. He seems to be letting it by pretty easy.
So it's Chris and Chris battling for the second and third position, and you got Cameron Sarton. He is trying to break away from this small little pack behind him.
Now, Bill Dart, you got both darts sitting in 5th and 6th. So this is looking like it's going to play out to be a pretty decent run for Bill Dart, and I'm pretty sure he's happy with that.
Well, he's making up some ground on Brandy Pierce in that 38, so it'll be nice to see that number 7 up in the top 5.
And he's only 40 points out of being locked in with Trey Jackson and Brian Burchett's race tonight, not being their favorite. Moving him pretty close into that 12th position, being locked in.
You know, I got to give it to, another person I got to give it up to is Curtis Ecker. You know, he's on those really old tires, and he is holding that 7th position with the 30 right behind him of Charles Hugel. So they're about to be battling out side by side here as they come down the front stretch. And they are side by side. He's going to probably just let him go here because he is on really old tires. But, a top 10 finish for him, he definitely needs some momentum carried into next week, and that will give him maybe a little bit to do that. But the 24 of Cameron Sarton, you got triple C's up front. You got Cameron Sarton, Chris Esri, and Chris Stitz up front. So the 69 is going to be put another lap down.
Got a Travis Dart fan out there on the Facebook side.
Liam is watching his daddy. So we got Chris's son out there watching his dad. Well, with only 6 laps to go, still anything can happen. And had a follow or a like. Sorry about that. Lana. Yeah, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. I'll butcher it. But we appreciate the like. So Cameron, what's that?
That was completely why I didn't say it. I didn't want to butcher that name.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with this lane.
There we go. So Cameron Sarton has broken away out to a 1 second lead with 4 laps to go. Chris Esri in second, Chris Stitz in third. Travis Dart working to make his way up into the top 3 because he is trying to put his Toyota right up that Chevy's rear end and take away that position. As they work their way around the 2 car coming down the front stretch, he's going to dive it in there deep. Can he get there? He closes the gap just a little bit, but does he have the corner off? The 22 looks like he was a little bit better off that time. Oh, and he gets a little bit sideways, but it might set him up for the next corner. He's going to dive it in hard. He's not going to be able to get there. This is the most exciting race on the track as we only have 2 to go. He's going to try to make the pass again. 22 on the outside. 6 on the inside. He is there. He has a little bit of a fender on the 22. 22 going to be on the outside as they come out of turn 2. 22 still has the nose. It's still the Triple C show, but there is Travis Dart taking away to that third position, and it's going to be a side-by-side battle as we are on the last lap. 22 still trying to hang on the outside. He's going to have to drive it in hard, maybe do a crossover move as they come out of turn 2. No, he's going to drive it out hard and possibly be there. Are they going to touch and come into the line? They are still side-by-side, giving it all they got. 22 on the outside. Travis Dart had got him at the line.
You got him by about a half a truck there, Richard, and that was a close one right there.
So, Travis Dart broke up the Triple C's, but Cameron Sarton is going to be your winner in that lap. Traffic Chevrolet, and Chris Essery came in a second. Travis Dart in third. So, not a bad way to finish off the race tonight here at Richmond.
Yeah, that was a heck of a finish right there between Travis and Chris.
And Cameron Sarton is gonna burn it down.
We're gonna get our third place finisher, Mr. Travis Dart. You've got him quite a few fans out there. He had a heck of a battle coming into the last lap with Chris Stitz. Travis, this is Jeremy and Richard up here, bud. You got a copy?
Yep, I do.
Well, man, it was a straight up drag race on that last lap. How tight was you holding that wheel?
Pretty tight. I had I think like 2 or 3 lap fresher tires. So I don't know if that made any difference right there, but I would say I was I was good. I mean, I had a good car. I made a bad mistake on pitting early. And then that caution coming out right when I pit. But the last 3 laps, I think, with me and Stitch was awesome. I was thinking in my head if I was going to have to use the bumper or not, but we weren't going for the lead, so I probably wasn't, but happy it didn't get to that point.
So you would have gave him the bumper if it was for the lead. Is that what I heard? Richard, is that what you heard?
I think that's what I heard.
I think that's what I heard. Well, Travis, it didn't come to that, and man, y'all had it was a complete drag race coming out of 3 and 4, and you edged them out by about a half a truck to lock in that P3. So, I mean, next week we're closing down the season. Atlanta going into the playoffs. You're locked in. What about you can tell everybody from about 13 back?
I mean, the 13 on back, you're gonna have to win to get in at this point. Since fixing my internet, I've put in a lot of good runs, so happy that's the case. I'm not really strong at Atlanta, but luckily, I want to say I'm locked in. I'm pretty sure I'm locked in after that P3 finish, but we'll have to see who is locked in after the P3 and see how many spots are left open or who will be fighting for points, or if it's just a win and get in type thing.
Man, the floor is yours, and the shout outs are all yours.
All right. Yep. Appreciate our league sponsors, Next Level Racing, Buck Kicker, also Lap Traffic Podcast. You guys up in the booth, my teammates, Andrew and Sam. Also, I think my mom's watching. She started watching the races, so shout out to my mom for watching. And good finish by my dad this week, so hopefully he made up some points on the next guy to try to get into playoffs.
He's sitting right there on that bubble in tonight's finish with I had them. Yeah, with Brian Burchett and Ryan Lynch's off race. That going to put them pretty close right there behind Ryan Lynch. So it's going to be interesting with the points.
Yep, I think it will. We'll have to see after all the points are calculated.
All right, Travis. Good run, man. Appreciate the showing on the last few laps between you and Chris. I mean, it was one for the ages so far.
Yep, appreciate it.
Well, Richard, see if we can track down Mr. Essery since he's got pretty sure his whole family is out there on Facebook. I know we saw his grandma and grandpa out there and his son's watching. So Chris, you got a copy, brother?
Yeah, I got you guys.
Well, you had it. Go ahead, Richard.
I was about to say you pulled off the second place finish. You weren't quite able to catch that 24, which that's what you were saying. That 24 was pretty fast. You had Curtis. You know, he kind of slowed everything down, being up in the top, but you were able to make it around him. Was there anything you would have done different to maybe to get that top spot?
Yeah, I going into 4 when I was behind Brandon, I went low. I was expecting him to get a good run out of the corner, and then I was gonna maybe do a pump and run into 1 and 2, but he had a very bad exit, and Cam went to the outside, and I think that was it. I feel like if I could have stayed in front of Cam, I could have held him off.
Well, you definitely had the speed. Y'all both had very good trucks, and as soon as y'all both got into clean air, y'all's trucks handled so much differently. It looked like it handled a lot better. But a second place finish, man, you can't complain about that. That's still a good finish, not the win, but you're the next runner up. Jeremy, what you got?
Man, not a thing. I mean, the driving showed for him. I mean, Atlanta next week, you're locked in the playoffs. Are you going in for bonus points, or are you just going to cruise it and see how it plays out for you?
It'd be nice to get a little more playoff points. I know Medlin has a lot. I think Cam has 1 more than me now. We were tied going in, so not too worried. I'll probably take it easy, but if I'm up there, I'm going to try to get as many playoff points as possible.
Well, the races are definitely going to start heating up as the playoffs come about. So we hope to see you do well. Everybody, your fan club definitely hopes to see you do well too.
Yeah, shout out to all those guys watching me, my mom, my Aunt Amy, my grandma, my son Liam. Thank you guys for cheering me on every week.
Hey, Grandpa was out there too. Don't forget him.
Oh yeah, hey Grandpa, can't leave you out.
But man, great run tonight, and we'll catch you next week at Atlanta.
All right, thank you guys.
Well, we're gonna hand it over to the race winner, Mr. Cameron Sarton. He had a pretty good run going, and pretty much once he got that lead, he never looked back. Cameron, you got a copy?
I got you. What's going on?
Well, we're doing all right. You're doing pretty good. I mean, you tied up with playoff points with Eshley now. So next week, what's your plan going to be?
Well, hopefully win again. I think we're at Atlanta, so it should be pretty fun. But overall, pretty fun race. A little exciting and being in Bainin. So hopefully y'all enjoyed it.
Yeah, especially when you had older tires in front of the newer tires, and y'all were trying to get around them, and that was definitely exciting to watch, to see how y'all strategized and to get around those cars, or if you would have given them the bump and run. But y'all worked y'all's way around them, and you pulled off the win. Not a bad night for you.
No, not at all. I knew I kind of messed up my qualifying lap. This is one of those tracks in iRacing. It just hits me for some reason. I feel like I don't really know what I'm doing kind of still, but it just works. It just feels like I'm always fast here. So I knew if I get out in front, I don't think anyone was catching me. So Chris gave me a little run there. I burned up my right front that second time when I caught him, so I couldn't get around him. So I was giving a little little trash talk every now and then because we're good buddies. So if it was just us two a few to go, he probably would have been in the wall, but he would have owed me one. But it's okay. It's all fun. It was good racing.
Absolutely. Jeremy?
Nothing much of it, but man, the shout outs are yours. You actually earned that one, overcoming a little bit of traffic with the trucks in front on the restart on older tires. I mean, that was kind of almost turned into a pretty bad shit show, but it didn't turn near as bad as it could have. So you made it through.
Oh yeah, it definitely felt like a shit show for sure. Even though I stay clean, but yeah, shout out to the mom and dad there watching home, and the wife, dog, everyone, and Lap Traffic Podcast putting it on. Go check them out if you haven't. Pretty cool old Kenny Wallace Square D throwback. So, and then shout out to Travis for kind of helping with that. I'm not the biggest painter, but it looked good enough. So, and it looks even better in Victory Lane. So appreciate y'all, and we'll see you next Tuesday. Hopefully, go back to back.
Absolutely. We'll be looking forward to it.
Appreciate y'all. Have a good night.
Nope. Well, Jeremy, next week is in Atlanta. That's going to be a pretty exciting race. That is actually one of my best tracks, and one of the funnest tracks to watch. I've been there quite a few times live racing. It can go green at a lot of times, but you can have those little mishaps where you have pileups everywhere. So y'all definitely tune in next week, see if Cameron can do a back-to-back finish.
And it looks like we've got Charles and Curtis knocking at the door, so we're gonna bring them in for a little bit before we shut her down, and I guess take a partake on how their race went for them.
Yep. Sounds good.
Charles, you got a copy of Richard and Jeremy up here.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Well, you had an up and downhill battle, and it wound up being uphill towards the end. You finished out in P7.
Yeah, I guess a little bit of attrition there among the field kind of aided in that, but I felt pretty good for most of the race. I wasn't the fastest, but it was pretty consistent. Had a brief bump there with Trey, but then I kind of lost it off too there towards the end and caught Ryan, but they just kind of hung in there and somehow found myself back around where I was.
Well, Charles, you're sitting 15th in points as of right now. Atlanta is next week. That's the last week. That's the last race to be locked in the playoffs. How are you feeling about Atlanta?
Well, it's uphill climb, that's for sure. With one race to go, unlikely. We got some fast guys in this league, so it's unlikely, to sneak out a win unless something incredible happens. But it's really just run good, finish out the season strong, get some more laps in, and not beat myself, because there's quite a few races where I had some decent top tens and beat myself. So it's just kind of keep your head down and bring it home.
Absolutely. Well, we've seen you run up front. We hope you run up front next week. We hope you can sneak one in maybe next week and lock yourself in the playoffs. But if not, you still do a great job every week that we watch you, and your time will come.
Yeah, appreciate it, guys. I always rewatch the broadcast and enjoy watching the show afterwards. So thanks for everything you do, and I'll see you all next week.
All right, man. You have a good night.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to bring Curtis Ecker up and see how his night went. See if I can find him.
You made it up here with us.
There he is. Curtis, is Richard and Jeremy up in the booth? You got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy.
Well, we saw that you had an up and down night also. You made yourself up into the top 5 later on in the race on older tire strategy, but you did pretty good and, holding off those guys for a couple laps, and then they pretty much left you in the dust. Talk through your night a little bit.
Well, I mean, to start the race, I was just trying to hang out, save tires, let everybody do their thing, but I was caught up in those few incidents, flat spotted the tires multiple times. I think by lap like 120, I was out of tires. So it was definitely a very eventful night for sure.
That's what we were thinking, that you were out of tires. That's the reason why you did not elect to pit. But you did pretty good holding that third spot position for a little while on the restarts due to incidents. But not a bad finish for you.
No, track position's definitely a key at a lot of these short tracks and all. It's hard to pass. And I mean,
Well, you got
especially with
that's a little bit bigger track next week.
yeah, and especially with all the competition in here, heck, anybody can win at any given time almost.
Absolutely. Well, how do you feel about Atlanta?
Well, it's never been a great track, but we're gonna give it all and see what we got.
Well, we hope to see you running up front again at Atlanta next week, no matter if it's for a few laps or not. But hopefully you can pull off something, maybe a little strategy or something, and get your spotter out there to help you out just a little bit. But not a bad night. We'll see you next week at Atlanta, last race of the playoffs. Let's see if you can sneak one in.
All right, thank you guys.
Not a problem. Well, Jeremy, that concludes our interviews for tonight. And like we've been talking about, Atlanta is going to be next week. You don't want to miss that. That is going to be the last race into the playoffs before they go into the playoffs. So definitely going to be some exciting battles going on there as these drivers will try to do whatever they can to lock themselves in. So you don't want to definitely don't want to miss that coming next week here on Full Send Racing Series. Jeremy, you got anything else for the viewers? Well, that's going to conclude our broadcast for this evening, and I am going to get ready for my vacation. I'll be gone for the next week or so. So, on behalf of Southern Broadcast Racing Network, myself and Jeremy, we are going to call it a night, and y'all be safe out there the rest of your week. Hang out for a second, too.